How's it? Today is Friday, July 5th. This recovery thing is going pretty well. Yesterday was 4th of July. I did not do anything um, as far as festivities go. I slept a lot. I went to the gym and I walked around outside the neighborhood, probably close to about 3 miles. Yeah, and that's all I did yesterday. I feel well rested. I didn't go to sleep as early as I wanted to, but I feel like when I woke up this morning, I was like, okay, it's ready. It's time to go. I did wake up a lot earlier than I expected to. Woke up at like 6:30. My alarm was set for like 8 o'clock. So I was like, I'm gonna eat, and then if I fall back asleep, then my alarm's still gonna be there, and I'm gonna wake up when my alarm goes off. But I never ended up going back to sleep. But yeah, as far as today goes, Big Friday. Big Friday last week was horrendous, but today was fucking sick. I'm happy with how today went. I feel like my snatches today were a lot more in line with what I know that I'm capable of doing, and it felt like I was kind of finding that groove again where my technique is consistent enough for me to make one small adjustment on the next rep and it like pan out, and it pan out well. I snatched 100 today on my first try, which is, I haven't done that in 5 weeks, 4 weeks, something like that. Something's silly like that. And if I were to be competing, like 100 should be a weight that I open at. It's not very heavy. It doesn't look heavy. When I'm moving, it moves very quickly, and it's just like one of those things. I'm like, it is what it is. Like, I have just not been executing the way that I know I can. And I think with that last 70 and this 80 here, I was like, okay, it felt like this is what I wanted to be doing. So my cue today that I was focusing on was really simple. It was really simple and like borderline stupid. I just told myself to keep the bar close. Just keep the bar close. That's all I was doing. Just keep the bar close. And so what that means in a lot of situations is I pull my elbows higher up before I pull my body under. That's what my coach was saying to do, is to allow myself the opportunity to pull my elbows up after extension rather than just pulling my body down. Right? Like there's a split second where I hold the extension by pulling my elbows up. This is my first heavy lift here at 100. And look at how quick that goes. That was really solid. Just trying to keep the bar close. Trying to keep the bar close. And then I go up to 102 here. And I make it. A little precarious on that catch, but I make it because I kept the bar close. Go up to 104 after that, and I fail. But it wasn't one of those fails where I was like, okay, I don't know what's going on. It was one of those fails I was just like, okay, like, had I tried it again, I'm 90% sure I would make that lift. But I was like, okay, I'm going to move on just so that I have enough energy to do my clean and jerks. Because last week I failed 100 like 5 times on the snatch. And then I wasn't even able to clean and jerk 130, which is like, I was sad boy last week. So yeah, I moved into clean jerks, went 60, 100. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do what I just did. 60, 100, 120, 130, and then I actually missed my first 130 jerk. And then I went 133 and then 135, which you can't see my face right now, but I'm making a face. 135 is fucking heavy. 135, I think I think right before I went to Japan, I think I did 137. Or maybe I missed 137. Whatever it is, like 135 is up there with like the heaviest lifts I've ever done. And I am, 5 kilos away from 140, which is what my best clean and jerk was. I guess my best clean and jerk is. And I feel like if I wanted to do 140 today, I could have given it a decent attempt, and it probably wouldn't have went terribly. My cleans today were a little bit all over the place, but you can see like the bar is moving. The bar is flying at extension. Like this first one here at 130, that clean at 130 was probably the first clean from the last set was better than this clean was. But that bar flew. If you pause the video, you can see how high I get that bar. This bar flies too, but I get up on my heels a little bit, and I have to like really like restabilize in the catch. And then this jerk is like pretty good. And then 135 is more of the same. I think the way that I'm looking at a lot of the lifts today, just by virtue of me trying to keep the bar close, it's really, really, really helping me. This is something that, in 2018, 2017, 2016, maybe even before that, that was a cue that I would have in my head always. It would literally just be keep the bar close. And for me, this has been very, very, very fruitful today. I think what my coach said from that text, to pull my elbows up like in a different way, pulling my elbows up keeps the bar close. I think that like fundamentally keeping the bar close can have a lot of different attached cues to it. It's like the less specific cue for a cue that would help with everything. But yeah, after my clean jerks, I did my front squats today, which is probably the first time in like a month that I've done front squats on Friday, because usually I don't have time or I don't have enough energy or what have you. But last week I did my front squats on Saturday. I did 140 for, I believe I did 2 twos. Don't quite remember. So I was like, okay, if I do 145 today for 2 doubles, that would be awesome. I failed that first set because I got mad lightheaded on the way up and I got stuck. And I came back and made this one there. And everybody was just like, oh, you should have just done that on the first one. And I was like, no, that shit was hard. There's no way I could have done that on the first one. But I'm happy even though I failed on that first attempt, because I was fresh last week when I front squatted first, right? And so like I don't expect to be as strong as I am fresh after I've done all my snatches and all my clean jerks today. And so that's a real big positive, real big showing for me. Did some pull-ups and then the dragon flag. I tried to do multiple reps today, but like the sets of one was hard. It was challenging to the max. And yeah, that was pretty much it today. I was super, super happy with my performance. 102 and 135 is real solid. But that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Shoots.